जय माता दी। हाय, दिस इज प्रणीत मेहता, चीफ इंजीनियर। बहुत बार तुमसे मैंने बात करी है फोन के ऊपर, बहुत बार तुम मेरे से क्वेश्चंस पूछते रहते हो एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स हैपनिंग, एंड फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम आई एम contacting you like on a video. I am looking live at you. और कैसे हो आप? How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, and I'm continuing with my studies and also with my hobby of teaching, and also as a faculty in a coaching institute. I teach IC engines and RAC. So because of God's grace, everything is going fine, sir.
प्रणील, तुम्हारी आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है, तो मे बी यू कैन पुट स्पीकर थोड़ा पीछे रख लो, गूंज रहा है और समथिंग लाइक दैट.
Now is it fine, sir?
Yeah. Now it is fine.
Yes, sir.
So sorry, ऑप्शनल कह रहा हूं. Okay, sorry स्वयंजीत. So let's start with the interview. ठीक है, अभी मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ. जय माता दी का नाम लेके.
Yes, sir. जय माता दी.
Okay, जय माता दी everyone. This is GME Decoded. This is Chief Engineer Praneet Mehta in front of you with a very poor standard of a camera that is fitted. तो देखो मेरी क्वालिटी बहुत खराब है, और यहाँ पर स्वयंजीत is looking damn handsome in with a very good video quality. अच्छा लग रहा है, स्मार्ट लग रहा है. अब let's take his interview and let's see कि is he only looking smart or he is smart with his intelligence, with his brain as well. So Swainjit, are you ready for the interview?
Yes, sir. I am ready for the interview.
Okay, guys, for the first time, first of all, I need to tell you something about Swainjit. I am in touch with this guy for the last 6 to 8 months, I suppose, and I feel he is the first one with whom I am conducting this interview. The reason is that I find him intellectually to be good, and let me see if he proves me right or wrong in front of all you guys. And this is an extempore, guys. We have not prepared anything. It is on the spot, like an interview goes. This interview will be conducted, and this interview will not be more than 15 to 16 minutes. That's it. Some basic questions will be asked, and those are only going to be covered today. The objective is not to test Swenjit's knowledge, not to test my knowledge, but to share something with you, something constructive, so that you know what right answers are. Copy it, guys. So let's start. Jai Mata Di. So Swenjit, introduce yourself, please.
So my name is Swainjit Behera, and my residence is at Bhubaneswar. I was born and brought up in a place called Damanjodi. It is in the southern part of Odisha.
थोड़ा पीछे रखो, थोड़ा माइक को थोड़ा पीछे रखो, थोड़ा पीछे. हाँ, अब.
Yes, sir. My name is Swainjit Behera, and I am a resident of Bhubaneswar. I was born and brought up in a place called Damanjodi. It is in the southern part of Odisha. It is a valley. I completed my schooling from Delhi Public School, Damanjodi, and after which I moved to Chennai to complete my BTech in mechanical engineering. I was also a state level cricketer, an opening batsman of my cricket team, and I was also a debater. And most of the time, I have secured first position in debate. I also love to sail, and I also love boating. And the favorite of all my hobbies is teaching. I not only work as a faculty in a renowned coaching institute as assistant HOD of technical department, but also to those students who cannot afford tuitions or coaching. I personally teach them at my home every day from evening 8 onwards. So that is a brief introduction about me, sir.
Okay, so Swenjit has been a state level cricketer, guys, and he has gained a lot of weight. Swenjit, पहले तो यार अगर shipping industry join करनी है, you have to reduce your BMI. This is very, very important, buddy. So I hope you're working on that.
Yes, I am working on it, and I have been able to reduce my BMI by 2 from 29 to 27. So the limit is 25.1 should be the maximum. So
your BMI limit is 20. Okay, BMI limit is 25. अभी भी तुम्हें कम करना है, right? So just focus on that. Work hard. Second thing, see, Swainjit, good thing about you is that you have been a debater, so I can make that audio that communication skills is not a problem with you. First thing. Second thing is you have done schooling from, your schooling is from a good school, so that is also a positive advantage. Third advantage is that you're into teaching. You're already teaching at a renowned coaching institute. What are you teaching over there?
Sir, I teach advanced IC engines and RAC to those students preparing for SSC junior examination, junior engineer examinations, as well as for other state engineering examinations and various public sectors engineering entrance examinations.
Okay, what is RAC? So sorry, my knowledge is very limited. I know about IC engines, but nothing about RAC.
Yes, sir. Sir, RSC is a very common term used by the students, which whose full form stands for refrigeration and air conditioning.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for telling me that. Okay, चलो
You're
यार
welcome,
तुमने
sir.
दो चीजें बोली यहाँ स्वयंजीत. So let us start with these two basic things itself today. Okay, so
Sure,
let's
sir.
start with
Yes,
reefer and AC system first. Let me start, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, स्वयंजीत, what do you mean by 1 ton AC? ये घरों में हम 1 टन का AC लगवाते हैं, 2 टन का AC लगवाते हैं. What does that mean?
Sir, 1 ton of AC means 1 ton is equal to 3.5 kilowatt. That means if you are having an air conditioning system of 1 ton, it will reject out heat at the rate of 3.5 kilojoules per second. That is what is meant by 1 ton of refrigeration. Sorry,
Yes,
1 ton of air conditioning.
अच्छा स्वयंजीत, this can be theoretical यार. I am a guy who understands basics. Can you make me
Okay,
understand
sir.
in a basic way what does this mean?
Yes, a basic way, if I mean to say that when we are inside a room, we normally feel hot in a summer season. If I'm taking an example of summer season, we normally feel hot. So immediately we want the room to be cool so that we get our comfort. So that is the basic purpose we have to use an air conditioner. Why? Because it is a device that will now reject heat from the room to the surrounding. So ultimately the temperature of the room will go down and it can be adjusted to our comfort level. So now how much heat has to be rejected out, whether it is 3.5 kilojoule or 4.5 kilojoule. So we have a particular standard of it. So it's like 1 ton of heat will be rejected out. So if you're saying 1 ton, it indicates 3.5 joules. So that means if I want to reject more heat now, 3.5 kilojoules per second. That means if I want to reject more heat out of my room at a lesser time, I have to go for a higher capacity of refrigeration, sorry, higher capacity of air conditioning. That means I can choose an air conditioning system of 2 ton. That means 3.5 into 2 will be 7 kilojoules per second. So that is the basic term. We say 1 ton is equal to 3.5 kilowatt.
Now suppose you have forgotten this term of 3.15 kilojoule per second. Is there any other simple way to explain this 2 ton AC or 1 ton AC system?
Yes, sir. In general, basic, if I have forgotten this particular term, this term is an engineering term. So if I forgot and if I'm supposed to explain a very layman, so I can simply say that if we're going for more tons of air conditioning, the faster will be the rejection of heat.
Chalo, let me make it very simple, Swenjit, and this is for all the viewers who are watching this video. 1 ton AC का एक बहुत simple देता है. पहली बात तो what is 1 ton? 1 ton means 1000 kgs, right? 1000 kgs.
Yes, sir.
So now,
Yes, sir.
if I put 1 ton AC, आप जो भी, see, you're telling me 1 ton, but you're not telling me the reference of 1 ton over here. I'll tell you. You take 1000 kg of water at 0
Yes, sir.
degree centigrade. At 0 degree centigrade, put it in a room and put a 1 ton AC. This 1 ton AC in a span of 24 hours should be able to convert this 1000 kg of water into 1000 kg of ice at 0 degree centigrade. This
Yes,
is as a layman term. Ki the state has changed, the temperature has remained same, and 1 ton water has converted into ice by using 1 ton AC in 24 hours. This is like a layman. I have forgotten the exact value, right? But my basics are clear. When I am taking your interview, मुझे तुम्हारे basics देखने कितने strong है. Swenjit, getting a point?
yes, sir.
And now the way I have explained, will you be forgetting this thing again in your life? 24 hours,
No, sir.
1000 kg of water, 0 degree centigrade in 24 hours converted to 1000 kg of ice at 0 degree centigrade. Taken care of, right?
Yes, sir.
Pakka sure.
Sure, sir. Got
Okay,
it.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. चलो यार अब एक अगला क्वेश्चन करते हैं कि why do we use, अब see guys, why do we use reefer system on board ship? Why?
Sir, because reefer system, जैसे we have like reefer containers, so prawns, fishes, all those things we carry. So they are to be maintained at a particular temperature. So that is why we need a refrigeration system. And also in the galley, the food that is being cooked. So it is also stored. That is normally we called it as the provision. So that provision is also kept at various room. There is meat room, there is fish room, there is vegetable room. So everything has a specified temperature. So in order to maintain that, definitely we have to go for reefer system or refrigeration.
What is that specified temperature, Swayanjit? Next question. You have mentioned specified. What is that specified
Yes, sir.
temperature?
Specified temperature means, for example, if I talk of meat, so meat has to be maintained at -2 degrees Celsius. So that is the term we normally is referred as a specific temperature.
Ah,
Or,
okay.
or
Swayanjit, when you do not know the answer, sorry, I'm interrupting because मुझे interview short रखना है. But when you do not know an
yes,
answer, don't say something.
yes, sir.
जैसे तुम्हें पता नहीं था, तुमने तुक्का मारा है, right or wrong? -2 तुमने कहाँ पढ़ा? Where did you study -2 degree centigrade?
Yes, sir. I was saying as for an example, कि जो temperature हमें चाहिए वो the temperature that we need, so that has to be maintained.
That is what I'm saying. Ship पे कितना temperature चाहिए? That is what the question. Listen my question carefully. You have said specified
Okay,
temperature in meat room and fish room. What is that specified temperature? I need to know that. नहीं पता. Okay, guys. So coming back
sorry,
to the
sir.
point.
The
Okay, no
exact
problems.
temperature, right?
चलो, no
not
problems.
aware of.
एक और क्वेश्चन बीच में जोड़ते हैं. Why do we need reefer system on board ship? खाना ही तो है.
Yes, sir.
तो हमें टेम्परेचर कम रखने की जरूरत क्या है? Why do we need to reduce the temperature? Why?
So else the food stuff that we are storing, the provisions that we're storing, the food stuff, so that may get spoiled because of change in temperature. The bacteria may develop and the food gets spoiled. It is very similar to the domestic refrigerator we use for the purpose. So like we store food in the domestic refrigerator, we cannot keep milk outside for a long time because it may get spoiled.
Why?
So similarly,
Why?
we need
Why?
a
Question is
refrigeration
why.
system on board ship.
Question is why it gets spoiled.
So because the food that we okay, because sir, if the temperature changes, that may give rise to favorable conditions for different sorts of bacteria. Like if you're having chicken, so if you're storing chicken at a higher temperature, the salmonella growth will be very high, and that will spoil the food. So that is why to maintain a temperature in which the growth of bacteria won't be much, so we need
Simple सी
a
बात है.
refrigeration
Let us
system.
say, okay, sorry. Let us say कि if you go on Mount Everest, so today itself, it is ice over there. You will see the bodies, if people have died over there, they have not decomposed for 50, 70, 80 years. They have not decomposed till date. And why? Because when you are at very less temperatures, bacterial decomposition does not take place. Bacteria grow नहीं होते तो decomposition नहीं होता. Food does not get spoiled. इसीलिए reefer system लेकर आए. घर में भी refrigeration लगा है, right? Yes, Swenji?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me put
Yes,
it
sir.
very simple,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
On board ship, reefer system का काम है to reduce temperature of meat room, जहां पर हम मीट रखते हैं, चिकन रखते हैं, पोर्क रखते हैं, fish room, जहां पर हम fishes स्टोर करते हैं. It can be salmon, it can be shark, it can be tuna fish, it can be prawns, crabs, lobsters. And we have got a veg room जहां पर हम vegetables रखते हैं. Now guys, meat room and fish room का temperature we maintain around -18 to -20 degrees centigrade. Please remember that. And when it comes to veg room, where we keep vegetables, fresh provision, fruits, apples, oranges, bananas, spinach, carrots, वहां पर हम टेम्परेचर 3 to 5 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड रखते हैं. कॉपीड गाइस? कॉपीड स्वयंजीत?
Yes, yes, sir.
उसके अलावा
Copied.
एक ड्राई प्रोविजन स्टोर भी होता है शिप पे. उस ड्राई प्रोविजन रूम में, इन दैट ड्राई प्रोविजन रूम वी कीप ड्राई प्रोविजन लाइक मैगी. Sorry, this is the first name that is coming to my mind. We keep यार सुबह खाने में क्या खाते हैं हम लोग आजकल यार? सारे अंग्रेज लोग क्या खाते हैं सुबह खाने में? Kellogg's, म्यूसली,
bread वगैरह सर.
म्यूसली, ब्रेड, ये सब चीजें पड़ी रहेंगी
Yes, sir.
ड्राई प्रोविजन में. नॉट ब्रेड हम 3 to 5 डिग्री टेम्परेचर पे स्टोर करते हैं. बट ड्राई प्रोविजन में और भी बहुत कुछ आता है यार. सॉस, टोमेटो केचप हो गया, एंड राइस हो गया, एंड दाल्स हो गई, पल्सीज हो गए, सीरियल्स हो गए, राइट? सो ये हम ड्राई प्रोविजन स्टोर में रखते हैं जहां पर एक नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर रहता है. कॉपीड गाइस?
Yes,
कॉपीड? ओके. अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो रिफर
Copied,
सिस्टम,
sir.
व्हाई वी नीड ऑन बोर्ड शिप, वी नो दैट, राइट? and we maintain less temperature, we know that. Now
Yes,
let
sir.
us talk
Yes, sir.
about some of the important parts
Yes, sir.
that are fitted in a reefer system. Can you name some parts, please?
Yes, sir. In the reefer system, the basic components that we have is a compressor, we have a condenser, then we have a throttle valve, and then the evaporator. So
वापस
these
बोलो
are the
प्लीज, एक बार
basic parts
वापस,
of
फिर
the
से
reefer
वापस
system.
वापस रिपीट अगेन. कंप्रेसर,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
उसके बाद
Compressor, we have condenser, and then we have a throttle valve, and then we have evaporator.
ओके. थ्रॉटल वॉल्व को हम बोल सकते हैं थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वॉल्व, राइट? दिस इज व्हाट यू मीन टू से? नो.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can use on board. Yes, sir. We can say it is a thermostatic expansion valve that is on board ship. Also, sometimes as a throttling device, an expander is also used. But we normally do not refer expander as a throttling device because the power consumption is very high, as well as the work output is not is high as compared to thermostatic expansion valve, but it is very less. So that is why normally we go for cost factor as well as from efficiency point of view. Thermostatic expansion valve is always a preferable option.
Now guys, for all of you those who have listened Swainjeet's answer, Swainjeet अपने पैरों पे खुद कुल्हाड़ी मार रहा है. Why? मैंने एक बेसिक क्वेश्चन पूछा एंड Swainjeet has answered too
Yes,
many
sir.
things over there. अभी मैं जब इनके क्रॉस क्वेश्चनिंग में, the moment I get into the cross questions, I can assure you there are going to be a lot more mistakes being made by Swainjeet. So rule number 1 when you get into the interview, speak what is required. अभी मैं इसका एग्जांपल देता हूं. Just let us discuss, see where you go wrong. Swainjeet, why is a throttling device required? चलो first question, पहले वहीं से शुरू करते हैं. You have mentioned throttling device again and again and again and again. Why a throttling device is required?
Yes, sir. Sir, because after the refrigerant passes from the condenser, and in this throttling device, the immediately it has small constraints. So when the refrigerant pass through it, it is an isenthalpic process, and the entropy of this refrigerant will increase. So that is what is needed when the refrigerant will get into the evaporator, so that it can absorb heat and get converted back to its vapor state. Sorry, back to its vapor state. So immediately, that is the reason we have to make this refrigerant undergo a throttling process.
यार यार सी आई एम अ देहाती गाय यार. आई अंडरस्टैंड बिल्कुल बेसिक फंडास. सच्चाई बोलूं तो मुझे एंट्रोपी भी अच्छे से नहीं पता. आई जस्ट नो इट्स अ डिस्टर्बेंस और समथिंग लाइक दैट. आई वांट टू नो एज अ लेमैन स्वयंजीत, मुझे तुम्हारी नॉलेज, किताबी नॉलेज नहीं चेक करनी, मुझे तुम्हारी बेसिक थ्योरेटिकल नॉलेज चेक करनी है कि तुम्हें अंडरस्टैंड कितना होता है. तो मुझे जानना है कि थ्रॉटलिंग करने से क्या फर्क पड़ता है. अगेन आई एम कमिंग टू द पॉइंट. आई डू नॉट वांट टू नो व्हाट इज एंट्रोपी. एंट्रोपी कम हो जाती है, एंथैल्पी बढ़ जाती है, नहीं. But what is happening in the reefer system when we throttle? What is happening? What is it doing?
Sir, when we throttle, actually, so उसमें क्या होता है कि कोई condenser से when the refrigerant passes through the condenser, it is in its liquid state. So once we throttle it, we try to actually why we increase the entropy so that its capacity of absorbing the heat from the evaporator will increase. So that is the reason we go for a throttling. And sir, layman point of view से और simple कैसे मैं समझा?
नहीं समझा पाओगे.
Layman point of view
मैं
से I'm
समझ नहीं
unable to
पाऊँ.
explain you, sir.
See, you are not able to explain because I as an interviewer do not understand entropy कैसे कम हो रही है. मुझे तो बेसिक सिस्टम समझना है कि ये रिफर सिस्टम कर क्या रहा है. तो अब मैं कोशिश करता हूँ समझाने की एज अ लेमैन एंड लेट अस सी इफ आई एम एबल टू सेटिस्फाई यू. ओके, नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज, एंड गाइस बाद में हम अच्छे से डिटेल में जाएंगे.
सर,
this interview is going to help you understand how and why these whys, मतलब how you have to study the basics. तो होता क्या है, रीफर सिस्टम से कंप्रेसर ने has developed a higher pressure and refrigerant gas in vapor state has come to condenser, right? Higher pressures can be say around 18 bars 19 bars and one condenser में आया. कंडेंसर से सी वाटर फ्लो कर रहा है जो कि उसको सेम प्रेशर पे 17 या 18 बार पे व्हाटएवर द प्रेशर इज, उस पे उसको लिक्विड रेफ्रिजरेंट बना देता है, राइट? एंड द प्रेशर इज 18 बार्स. नाउ व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय थ्रॉटलिंग? थ्रॉटल करने से क्या होता है? थ्रॉटल करने से पहले और बाद में क्या फर्क पड़ा? दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू नो फ्रॉम यू स्वयंजीत. एंट्रोपी को भूल जाओ. इन बेसिक टर्म्स आई वांट टू नो. आई डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड एंट्रोपी. You tell me in basic terms, in terms of pressure or temperature, what has happened below expansion wall or below the throttle wall and after the throttle wall. This is what I want to know from you. Tell me.
Sir, before जब throttling, after throttling process, the if you are making the refrigerant undergo throttling process, we are increasing the refrigeration effect by entropy. अगर हम side कर दे, if we
फिर
don't talk about
एंट्रोपी,
entropy,
फिर
the
एंट्रोपी,
refrigeration.
फिर एंट्रोपी आ गई.
No, sir.
अरे
I'm saying, sir, if we keep, no, sir, I'm saying if entropy if we keep aside, then we can say that the refrigeration effect will increase.
okay, because the thermostatic expansion valve is basically responsible for increasing the refrigeration effect. This is what you want to say. अब इसमें एक और क्वेश्चन निकल के आ जाएगा कि what is the purpose of thermostatic expansion valve. हाँ, sorry, I'll repeat again. So you want to say thermostatic expansion valve is responsible for increasing the refrigerant effect, right? Yes or no?
Not yes, it is to some extent, sir, but not, it is not the sole purpose of simply increasing the refrigeration effect that we are making it to undergo a throttling process.
Okay, चलो.
So
Let's अभी ये
in
काम करते हैं
throttling
सुरेंद्र.
process normally, yes, sir.
थ्रॉटलिंग इफेक्ट होता क्या? थ्रॉटल में हम क्या करते हैं? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय थ्रॉटल? पहले मुझे ये बताओ, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय थ्रॉटलिंग? बेसिक में तुमसे एक 8वीं क्लास के
Sir,
बच्चे ने आके
throttling
पूछा कि
is
बड़े
an
भैया बोल रहे हैं
isenthalpic
थ्रॉटलिंग
process.
है. अगेन इट्स अ 8th क्लास बॉय आस्किंग यू व्हाट डू
Yes,
यू
sir.
मीन बाय थ्रॉटलिंग.
Yes, ma'am.
बताओ. एंट्रोपी से पता ही नहीं है.
Sir, throttling, yes. अच्छा जी सर. So throttling में हम ऐसा करते हैं कि जो भी whatever refrigerant it is coming, उसका randomness जो है उसे और बढ़ा देते हैं.
तू यार सब जगह पे बिल्कुल तू सिर्फ एंट्रोपी एंट्रोपी घुमा फिरा के एंट्रोपी. रैंडमनेस इज आल्सो एंट्रोपी, बट इतना तो मैं जानता है. एनीवेज, थ्रॉटलिंग मींस say this is your opening over here. I've got a glass over here, right? This is a glass, right?
Yes,
एक
sir.
काम करो, इस ग्लास का
Yes,
पानी
sir.
गिरा के आओ प्लीज.
Yes, sir.
प्लीज होल्ड ऑन, प्लीज होल्ड ऑन. जल्दी गिरा दो.
Yes, sir.
ओके, एक काम करो, ये जरा दो मुझे, दो मुझे. ये देख रहे हो? दिस इज कॉलिन. दिख रही है सुरंजीत? ये इसके आगे बहुत छोटे से नोजल बना हुआ है जो कि पिचकारी छोड़ता
Yes,
है.
sir.
ये निकल रही है
Yes,
पिचकारी,
sir.
राइट? ये आगे बहुत छोटे. अब ये लो ग्लास, ये एक
Yes,
ग्लास
sir.
है. सपोज कर लो ये एक पाइप है, ओके, एंड दिस इज ओपन फ्रॉम हियर. यहां से पानी आ रहा
Yes,
है
sir.
एंड यहां से जा रहा है. डन. अभी व्हाट इफ आई रिस्ट्रिक्ट
Done,
दिस
sir.
फ्लो एंड आई मेक अ स्मॉल होल लाइक दिस वन, ओनली दिस मच होल. This was a this much big diameter hole and I made a very small one over here, this much.
Velocity. Yes, sir.
This is throttling. मैंने throttle कर दिया. अब now what
Velocity
will
will
happen?
increase, sir.
Velocity will increase and pressure over here will decrease. यहां से अगर पानी आ रहा है और मैंने यहां पर throttle
Yes,
कर
sir.
दिया है, यार याद करो जरा,
Yes, sir.
जब पाइप होता है जिससे तुम पिचकारी मारते हो, वाटर डालते हो गार्डन के अंदर, राइट? तो इफ यू हैव टू सेंड इट फर्दर, यू थ्रॉटल फ्रॉम
Yes,
अहेड,
sir.
जिसे नोजल इफेक्ट बोलते हो. सो व्हेन यू थ्रॉटल, उसका रिस्ट्रिक्शन को छोटा कर देते हो, राइट?
Yes, sir.
दैट इज थ्रॉटलिंग. तो थ्रॉटलिंग,
Yes, sir.
थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वाल्व क्या कर रहा है? वो हाई प्रेशर गैस बैठी हुई है, उसके आगे एक छोटा सा ओरिफिस लगा दिया, थ्रॉटल कर दिया उसके फ्लो को. तो अचानक क्या होता है? उसके बाद प्रेशर कम हो जाता है. आफ्टर द थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वाल्व, योर प्रेशर सडनली ड्रॉप्स. कॉपीड?
Yes, sir.
नाउ अगला क्वेश्चन, सर ये क्यों
Yes,
करते
sir.
हैं? सर ये थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वाल्व से प्रेशर कम करने से क्या मिला? क्वेश्चन पूछो.
Yes, sir. Evaporator pressure maintain करने के लिए, evaporator का
नो
जो
नो
pressure है
नो नो
उसे
नो,
maintain करने के लिए हम लोग
नहीं
pressure
नहीं
drop
नहीं
करते
नहीं 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 नहीं, नो नो नो. चलो बताता हूं. जब तुम्हारा रेफ्रिजरेशन गैस
हैं. जी सर.
कंप्रेसर से निकलता है at 18 bar pressure, it is gas and it is being compressed at a higher pressure, तो टेम्परेचर अराउंड 80-90 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड होता है. जैसे ही वो कंडेंसर में जाता है टेम्परेचर 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड हो जाता है. राइट राइट, यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
से 40 डिग्री. एक्सपेंशन वॉल से पहले उस गैस का टेम्परेचर 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड होता है. अगर तुम एक्सपेंशन वॉल नहीं लगाओगे और उस गैस को भेजोगे अंदर, तो वो 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड की गैस जा रही है, क्या वो ठंडा कर पाएगी अंदर? रेफ्रिजरेशन सिस्टम में अंदर कूल कर पाएगी? वो खुद ही 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे है, क्या वो ठंडा करेगी?
No,
नहीं.
no, sir.
लेकिन जैसे ही तुम उसको थ्रॉटल करते हो, तुम सडनली उस सिस्टम प्रेशर को जो कि 18 बार था उसे 2 या 2.5 बार 2.5 बार्स पे लेकर आते हो. सडनली योर प्रेशर ड्रॉप्स, your saturation temperature where the state changes, it reduces to minus 18 degree centigrade. Now the refrigerant which was at 40 degree centigrade, it comes down to minus 18, minus 20 degree centigrade. And now when you send this refrigeration gas to your reefer room in meat room, there it is cooling the air and usko thanda kar rahi hai, it is extracting the heat. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
तो ये देखो, सी व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू, इट इज इन अ वेरी वेरी बेसिक. इसमें बहुत सारी थ्योरी, आइसोमेट्रिक एक्सपेंशन और दुनिया भर की चीजें होंगी which I as a thermodynamics teacher I do not know right now, but I understand the basics and I want to see your basics over here कि तुम्हें कितना पता है. And I know it is not easy. Over the last 12 years I have gained some insight and this is what I am sharing with you over here. Copied?
Copied, sir.
चलो, anyways,
because till today, sir, like when we say that
बोलो
sir, like when we say that this is this, sir, when we compare normally with the theoretical, this is the benefit that we are learning practical aspect from you, sir. But from like till today we have gone through the theoretical aspect, and if you see the TS diagram of any refrigeration system, that increase in entropy will always lead to this decrease in your temperature and also decrease in the pressure, because it is an isenthalpic and irreversible process. So
now if you would have said this कि सर एंट्रोपी बढ़ती है लेकिन साथ साथ ना प्रेशर कम होता है, सर टेम्परेचर ड्रॉप हो जाता है, और टेम्परेचर ड्रॉप होगा, दैट इज व्हाई आई कैन एक्सट्रैक्ट हीट फ्रॉम द मीट रूम. आई वांट दिस रेफ्रिजरेंट गैस टू हैव अ टेम्परेचर लेस देन minus 20 degree centigrade. Only then I can extract heat and reduce the meat room temperature to minus 20 degree centigrade, right? Yes, Swayanjit. Swayanjit, आवाज नहीं आ रही. No audio
yes,
from your side.
Right, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Just a second, yeah. Just a second. So this is some. Understood. So this is something that you need to know. And Swayanjit, I request you to go through my AC and reefer का जो system है हमारा, उसको through अच्छे से जाओ. Go through that content and you'll get a very good idea. Please, you need to go to that content.
Yes,
okay? Pakka? Sure.
Yes, sir.
Abhi,
sure, sir.
Okay, I'll stop the recording right now, guys, because I don't want this video to be very long, and I'll again conduct an interview with you, Swayanjit, and the topics that I'll cover with you is IC engines and AC and reefer only.
Sure, sir.
Why? Because those are your fortes. Let me see how well you do in these topics, okay? And most important thing is, I want all these people who are watching these videos, they also need to understand what an interviewer wants from you. Copied?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Guys, thank you very much. Jai Mata Di. I'll try to put another interview tomorrow. In case if I'm not able to do that, I'll come live on YouTube. Let's see how it goes. So for all you people who have not subscribed my channel, Merchant Navy Decoded, do it today. Jai Mata Di ka naam leke. I'll try to give the best that I can, and I assure you that I'll try to make this channel as helpful as possible. Thank you very much. Jai Mata Di. Thank you, Swayanjit. Thank you once again. And you have given me a big complex here by wearing this suit.
Thank you, sir.
Everything.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Jai Mata Di. Keep your best shot. ठीक है? पढ़ाई करो अच्छे से, मेहनत करो, and do well. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Arey,
Bye.
anytime.
Bye, sir.